Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm giving you an honest, true review. I'm going to be completely objective on Black Ops Cold War and what I think about this game and just really benefits, pros, cons of the game. So now let's get into multiplayer, one of the more popular modes. Of course, Treyarch also has zombies. I haven't gotten a chance to play zombies. What I've heard is a lot of people like zombies, but they feel like there's not enough content on launch just in general. A lot of people are saying the launch content is kind of weak, which, yes, there are 8 multiplayer maps, but the first multiplayer thing I want to mention, skill-based matchmaking. A lot of people were nervous because of how strong the skill-based matchmaking was in the alpha, or not the alpha, but the beta. And, well, I've got to tell you, that has not changed, sadly. For all the people that may have hoped that skill-based matchmaking was going to be toned down, right now, as of the first weekend of Black Ops Cold War, the skill-based matchmaking is still pretty strong from what I've played. I've played a lot of games, and so I've played with 2 different groups of people and by myself. When I was by myself and, people who I'm trying to play a little bit competitively, I'm playing a lot better players, which, makes sense. And then I've got a more casual group that I'm playing that doesn't play COD a lot and aren't as great. Some of them are still pretty good, though. That group, I was dropping more 50 bombs where most of my content is going to be coming from because it was really easy to drop high kill games, and I was finally able to level up some of my other weapons like the Krieg, as you could see I'm using here. So yeah, skill-based matchmaking is definitely, I wouldn't say it's a problem, but if you do not like the strength of skill-based matchmaking that it was in the beta, or you just don't like skill-based matchmaking, I'm sorry. It is still fairly strong. If you like skill-based matchmaking being strong, or you're fine with it, then the game's going to be perfectly fine. So next thing is I'm going to compare Modern Warfare and Cold War. Yes, it's hard to compare right off the bat, but you can kind of compare things. So also make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more Cold War content. But first, Modern Warfare, it's definitely very similar to this game. Obviously, Gunsmith's a big similarity between the two. Did I say difference? But they're very similar in the games. The maps are fairly big. They're fairly open. There isn't as much height differential in this game compared to Modern Warfare. There was more height differences in Modern Warfare. You had the big story buildings. There isn't as much in Cold War, but there's still, the maps definitely do have more lines of sight, and the maps are definitely a lot wider, and they just feel super long. So there's that. The gunplay, they're definitely different with the sliding and how the movement works, but the maps are very similar. The playstyle, though, is different. That's what I'm glad to say. From the games of hardpoint domination I've played, I've definitely ran into guys who, and I've played sparingly TDM, I've ran into guys who have just camped. And by camped, I mean like just in domination, sitting up in a tower on checkmate, just nowhere close to any of the flags. Like if they're playing or overlooking an objective, yeah, I'm going to not count that as camping. Like on Moscow, on this map, there's a hard point on the kiosk just north of me right now. It's, I wish I went past it, but there's a hard point and people sit in the police station. I don't get mad at people sitting there because they're overlooking the hard point there. But there's just camping where, you're not playing an objective. You're just sitting in a building getting kills. So, you know, that's still a little bit of a problem in this game, but not as much as Modern Warfare. The pace of play is definitely a lot faster compared to Modern Warfare. You get into a lot more engagements. Of course, your stats definitely are a little bit tweaked in a sense, saying that eliminations, technically assist counts as eliminations, as this game says. So it's got the same BO4 EKIA system. Also, what I've also heard from campaign is a lot of people like the campaign, but some feel it's too short or it's boring. So jury's not out on that one. I might do campaign and give you guys a video if you guys want me to. But the weapons is something I do want to talk about, and maps. One big thing with the weapons is the MP5 is currently the best weapon in the game. That and the M16. A lot of the tactical rifles are very strong, which I mean, they are tactical rifles, but I mean, the M16 and the MP5 are two just amazing weapons that they're hard to compete with. Like, I was trying to run around with the M4, the XM4, saying, well, you know, it's solid in the alpha and it's solid in the beta, maybe it'll be good. I don't think the XM4 is that good compared to the MP5. I think the MP5 definitely could use a nerf. Nothing really even touches the MP5 in close range. No other SMG challenges it. So I think that's an issue is weapon balance, but assuming Treyarch, I believe they're going to be fixing it. And I think that's one thing where if you're on the fence of buying this game, if skill-based matchmaking doesn't want to make you buy this game, then obviously there's going to be that. But if you look past skill-based matchmaking and you're worried about weapons being unbalanced, Treyarch does a fairly good job of listening to their community. Obviously, a lot of people are upset about snipers because some people say snipers are too good. The hipfire accuracy is too good. I think the ADS could use some tweaking and stuff, and maybe adding some flinch that actually affects snipers, similar to Modern Warfare, could help. But yeah, it's really hard to kind of beat snipers from really any range in this game as long as they're looking that way. But the maps aren't the greatest in this game. There's a lot of big maps. There's only 8 6v6 maps, which is really the prime game mode. Yes, there's the ground war like mode, but not many people play the ground war mode, and from what I've heard is just not a lot of people actually like the mode. So the maps definitely, and so there's supposedly going to be a season 1 update coming like December 12th, 10th, and that's when we're going to get 2 new maps, including the Nuketown 1984, I believe. And so yes, we're going to get that, but the current map pool, a lot of people don't like it, how there's basically no maps, and then they don't like maps like Cartel, Miami, Checkmate, pretty much the whole map pool. And so it's definitely tough with a lot of the maps being kind of mediocre. Cartel with the bushes, Miami kind of dark, doesn't play super well. Moscow I do like. Garrison I do like. I hated Garrison at first, but after playing it and actually learning the map, I like it. Checkmate is way too slow. The pace of play is just awful on Checkmate, and that's the one with the airplane in the middle, the Air Force One. They've got the two 12v12 maps, Shrunken being the Armada, the ship. That one's it's not the greatest. I haven't really played any of the maps for Search and Destroy, so I can't tell you. Crossroads, very small map, kind of Nuketown-esque in a sense that it's kind of, somewhat of a 3-lane map. Very small. It kind of really does play kind of similar to Nuketown, the Garrison map, so I know a lot of people like that map. I definitely did like that map, but you know, overall it is a solid game. If you hate skill-based matchmaking, I doubt they change it. So if skill-based matchmaking is your biggest dislike of the game, then I don't think you should buy it. But if you're on the fence and you could look past skill-based matchmaking and you didn't like Cold War or you didn't like Modern Warfare, yes, this game's very similar to Modern Warfare, but I think it's different enough that it's going to play better than Modern Warfare. So, it's really up to you. The games are very similar, and I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to leave, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.